Okay, so good morning everyone, and today we're finally driving the all-new Ford Territory. Finally, after a few months, we're finally driving it. It's with us right now. So before we go to wherever we're going, we're actually going to Cavite, somewhere in Cavite. We're gonna show you that later. Right now, let's meet up with some friends first. We're currently at home. Let's head to some friends. So before we actually meet up with our friends, we're actually gonna pick up one friend first. And right now we're currently at the gas station and we'll be meeting up with that friend who we're picking up in just a bit. So now while we're making our way there, I'll give you a few of my impressions about this all-new Ford Territory. So the first thing I immediately noticed upon driving this is how improved the driving is. So the old one drove pretty well, but this new one drives way better than that one. So we're actually very familiar with the old one. We've driven it a lot. We know many people who have it, so we really have lots of experience with it, and this one just improves it also. We still have a similar engine. We'll talk about that in just a bit. We also have a new transmission. So this now comes with a dual clutch transmission, and it's also much better than the CVT before, although it still does have a little bit of lag, which we come to expect when we have a dual clutch transmission. It's not noticeable, thankfully, because this is a wet dual clutch transmission. So this still has a 1.5 liter turbocharged gasoline engine that produces around 160 horsepower and, if I'm not mistaken, 240 or so newton meters of torque. I'll have the actual one down here. And that's only a slight increase compared to the previous generation Territory, so they didn't increase that much, and you can actually feel how improved this is despite that very small horsepower and torque increase. You can feel how much quicker it is, you can feel how much smoother it is to drive actually, and how much more responsive this engine is, even if it is still the same one. Another thing though is that despite it being a bit narrower, it's actually 1 millimeter narrower than the previous generation. It does feel a lot bigger than before, so I don't know about that, why it's like that, but yeah, that's how it is with the new Territory. But yeah, thankfully, being the Territory, regardless of what variant you get, the Titanium or the Titanium X, you do get 360 cameras all around.
And you're an overdog shit.
And after a quick breakfast in BGC, we'll now be going for a drive to Alfonso, Cavite, which should take 2 hours at most. Not too long after, we arrived at the Coffee Farmhouse, a former coffee farm and now a recreational and events place. Here we learned a couple of details about the history of coffee production in the Philippines from no less than the property's owner. Did you know that the Philippines used to be one of the top producers in the world? Of course, a homemade lunch soon followed, which was very filling and satisfying, especially with the ambience of this place, which was quite relaxing.
The brewing style and the appreciation about coffee. If you have any comment or
Later on, we got some lessons on coffee preparation, the different ways and types, and how. while we wanted to stay longer, it was time to cut the trip short as a thunderstorm seemed to be brewing. Okay, so I'm done with driving the Ford Territory. We're currently on our way home. You saw that we had lots of experiences there at the coffee place.
Coffee farm.
So if I haven't mentioned yet, I'm together with this very familiar face driving right now, Mr. Pablo Salapanta. Mabuhay boy. And in the back is Andrea. She's from Ford's PR agency, so she's the one who lends us these cars. So anyway, if you wanna see my full driving impressions on this car, be sure to check out my review, and the link will be available in the description of this video, in the comments, and on top somewhere here in the screen. So in the meantime, I'll be showing you first what this looks like inside. So we have here the titanium variant. So we have the blue interiors. Looks very classy with the fake wood trim over there, which looks really nice. Then over at our driver is this very nice leather wrapped steering wheel with the 7-inch, I think, digital display right behind it. And I'll just remove this.
Wow.
And then, as you can see here, we have a large infotainment screen with both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that's connected now. Let's open that. And it says unavailable. Are you connected?
No, I'm not. It's your phone.
Okay, never mind. But anyway, yeah, this is the infotainment screen. So it's very easy to use actually. Then down here we have some air controls. These are haptic, and also, let's take that off.
You're
Good.
enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes. Then below, wireless phone charger for his phone.
But
down there.
it doesn't have wireless. My phone doesn't have wireless charging.
Oh, sorry.
But this has. The car has.
It is a wireless charger. Then our rotary shifter, some controls here, parking brake, and our volume knob, which is kind of weird, but better to have it than not have it. Then hidden over here is 2 cup holders. Just don't want to open it because I have a mess right there. And then under here, some storage. Yeah. And the very comfortable seats, right?
Actually, that seats are nice.
Yes.
I
So
like the seats.
yeah, if you wanna see
This driver's seat is automatic.
yeah, the driver's seat's automatic. This one is manual. So anyway, if you wanna see more about this car, again, watch my review. And to conclude this day, we gassed up again to see how much we consumed. In total, we traveled 194.5 kilometers today and consumed 20.22 liters of fuel. This gave us a fuel economy number of 9.6 kilometers per liter, which is excellent considering how much traffic and all the uphill roads we traversed. That's it for now. Be sure to check out my full review of this Ford Territory Titanium.